Hello everyone, welcome to Rising Star. Oh my gosh. I just cut the deck and it's Divine Feminine. Ooh, and Soulmates. Okay, so that's funny because I wasn't going to do another reading today. I did personals this morning and I wasn't going to do anything for the channel because it's the day of the eclipse and I was like, I'm just going to do other things that I've been planning for this day. But I keep getting this feeling that I'm supposed to do a twin flame reading. I guess the Divine Feminine needs to hear something. So I'm going to do kind of a shortened version. We're going to do the Divine Feminine. We're going to do the Divine Masculine, see where everybody's at. If you don't have a twin flame, that's awesome. Just listen to this as your own Divine Feminine, your own Divine Masculine. We all have both. And usually one is like heavier in the influence than the other. So just take it however it resonates for you. All right, Spirit, so show us first what energy is the Divine Feminine in right now. Intuition, thinking, it's like a Queen of Cups. Maybe remembering. Yeah, I'm getting that Cranberry song, I'm still remembering. Okay, so what energy is the Divine Feminine in? Let's do 3 of these oracles for each. Bitterness, resentment, anger, hurtful words. There's thistles and thorns on that card. Thinking, missing you, craving, desiring. Stress, turbulence, tension, and arguments. Okay, I feel like Divine Feminine might be remembering things in this connection that were hurtful. Open heart is on the bottom, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. So it's like going through waves of emotions, which is very Queen of Cups. That's what I'm feeling for the Divine Feminine, is just waves of emotion, like that fine line between love and hate. All right, Divine Masculine. Realizations, not surprise. Epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. It just feels like there's movement on the Divine Masculine side. This is like an Ace of Swords. Peace, balance, harmony, friendship. Okay, so the Divine Feminine's mad. The Divine Masculine wants to make peace. Again, this can be something that's happening internally within you. There's that open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. I kind of feel like the Divine Masculine is getting more in touch with their Divine Feminine side. The Divine Feminine, this feels like kind of a Mars kind of energy too. Maybe like a maybe something happened when Mars was in Cancer this year. Distance is on the bottom. Separation, space, blockage. Okay. So show us for the Divine Feminine, please. What energy is the Divine Feminine in? That was way too many cards. We're not doing that today. Yeah, I feel like fired up. Maybe saw something online, or mad because something hasn't come through, communication hasn't come through. Fed up is how it feels. Seven of Wands, guarded. Mad and guarded. This is like defensive, protective. All right, and then the Divine Masculine. King of Wands, taking action on something. So why is this Divine Feminine so guarded? I feel like the Divine Feminine is getting in touch with a place of power. Possibly the solar plexus is being healed. And she's finding this inner power, which power doesn't always require action. This is an inner power. Seven of Wands. Two of Cups. So the Divine Feminine knows that this connection is spiritual, hearing magical, but I feel like the Divine Feminine's in more of a place of surrender right now with this Seven of Wands. She's not allowing anything in. This is like a vetting process. She could be just very closed off to new people coming in. What's the King of Wands? And yes, I'm going to refer to them as she and he, but we don't have to get all upset about that. We all have both. It's just another way to describe them. Okay, King of Wands for the masculine. Okay. The Eight of Wands and the King of Cups are coming out. I'm going to put them back in, but the Divine Masculine wants to express emotion. I think that's why the Divine Feminine's fed up, because the Divine Masculine has not been doing this. Could be with the King of Wands that the ego has been repressing emotion. Both the Seven of Wands and King of Wands are Leo. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. So okay, so the Divine Masculine is learning how to properly use energy, transmute energy, transmute like passion and emotion and all that, like finding a balance within all of these feelings. There does seem to be like some waves of emotions are happening here between these two. Show me what's happening between these two, please, Spirit. Yeah, there's like this higher learning on the Divine Masculine side. I'm getting like at one time the Divine Masculine had like a bull in the china shop vibe. Okay, Ten of Swords is what's between these two. So it feels like there's been deceit or betrayal or just pain. That loss, acceptance of loss, and like allowing a rebirth. Okay, so show me more for the feminine. Let me move some things over here. Nine of Cups. Okay. Yes. So the Nine of Cups is all about finding wish fulfillment within oneself. So if you look at, if you want to learn tarot, or you are learning tarot or whatever, take each suit and lay them out, Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And look at the story that plays out. So in the Cups story, we see someone going between connecting with someone and then being alone. Connecting with someone and then being alone. We're trying to connect with others to find happiness outside of ourselves. But when we get to the Nine of Cups, we're almost there. We've almost made it to the end. This is when we learn that happiness comes from within. That's this power that the Divine Feminine is tapping into right now, is that happiness, that joy, that fulfillment that comes from within. I'm getting that scripture, the kingdom of God is within you, or something like that, and something about like treasures in heaven. So I can't remember exactly what those scriptures are, but it's something along those lines. It's like that type of energy. Okay, so I feel like the Divine Feminine has released here. So show us the masculine. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like the divine feminine is in the energy of Mars, and the divine masculine is in the energy of Venus. Venus binds together, Mars severs. Okay, so the feminine is severing, whereas the masculine wants to come together. Okay, the masculine's wanting to cooperate, to heal something, to bring peace to a situation. Yeah, peace is one of the cards, and temperance is peace. All right, so show me again the energy between these two. The Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, these are like the higher self, where the higher self is at. Six of Wands. Oh, okay. So we're reaching a milestone here. Like some sort of lesson has been learned, a test has been passed. Your spirit guides are excited that you've made some sort of progress here. I feel like you've connected with your higher self to learn something here. Like the Four of Wands, the Twin Flame card is on the bottom. That gives me goosebumps. Okay, so show us the human selves. Divine Feminine. Ooh, the Tower. Mars energy. Okay. I feel like the Divine Feminine feels love here, but is realizing that the best thing for her to do for herself is sever this, surrender to this, let go of this, become whole within herself. All right, so show me the masculine. We have Scorpio and Sagittarius for major arcanas. Ooh, the star, nice. And Aquarius now. So Scorpio Sag season, something could be happening. There will be a Mercury retrograde starting November 29th, I believe. Okay, so the star, the Divine Masculine's doing a lot of healing. Temperance, the star. The Divine Feminine has already gone through this process, I think, and has come out on the other side. But the Divine Masculine is embracing some sort of healing and possibly some new way of thinking about this situation. Becoming vulnerable, maybe healing an issue within the ego, which that can be so many different things. We don't need to get into that. Okay, so between these two, the Tower and the Star. So the Tower is 16, the Star is 17. After, ooh, the Magician. These energies are working together. Okay, so Aries also. And this Magician has the Ouroboros symbol on his hood. I don't know if you can see it, but that represents the constant cycle of death and rebirth. So there's a rebirth happening on both sides. The Divine Feminine's rebirth is in a darker place. Like it's more Plutonian tower. That's interesting. There's like a balance of dark and light here because I feel like the Divine Masculines is in a brighter place, and even this Temperance card holds the moon and the sun. So it's like night and day. Like this polarization here. Both are finding their place in the connection. There's something stirring up with this Magician energy. The Hermit is on the bottom. So there's some sort of milestone that's been reached. Virgo season, we're just ending Virgo season, moving into Libra. Some sort of milestone has been reached here, and a powerful lesson has been learned on both sides. Okay, so let's look at the Divine Feminine over here. The World, yeah. The Divine Feminine has completed a cycle, all fixed energy with the World, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. She's completed a cycle here of learning. So what about the masculine? The Knight of Cups. I feel like the masculine's having some sort of a heart opening, heart chakra opening. Yeah, open heart. Okay. Open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. I always forget about the oracles until I start saying something that's on one of them. And even this realization card says awakening. Open heart, awakening is on these cards. Okay. So, what has changed? We'll get to that. Let's pull the last two cards, and then I want to see what's changed on each side to make this happen. Nine of Wands. Yeah, the Divine Feminine is very guarded, very protective of her energy right now. Six of Cups. She'll protect it from anyone, even somebody who she thinks or believes to be a soulmate or a twin flame or a divine counterpart. Yes, she has a creation to protect. So something could be growing within the Divine Feminine. This is metaphorical. Like there's something that the Divine Feminine is protecting because she is going to be birthing it. Okay, there's a gestation process happening for the Divine Feminine. Okay. This is like Mama Bear. Knight of Pentacles. For the Divine Masculine. So the Divine Masculine has two knights. Knights are change, transformation. Interesting that both of the knights that came out for the masculine, though, are water and earth, which are slower moving knights than air and fire. So the Divine Masculine seems to be strategic right now. There's some sort of planning. This Temperance energy, this Knight of Pentacles, there's some sort of planning for the future. But also seeing the light with the star, seeing the path that must be taken here, planning. Seven of Pentacles. The Divine Masculine may also be planting something at this time that will come to fruition later. But this feels more like a plan that's being put in place for the masculine side. The Divine Feminine is creating something within. What's changed to lead the Divine Feminine to this point? Eight of Wands. New energy. Page of Pentacles. Okay, because she's turned away from the masculine and she's putting energy into whatever it is that she's creating. She's taking all of that love that she feels and she's channeling that into this new thing that's been planted here. What's brought the Divine Masculine to this point? Wow. The Divine Feminine has brought the Divine Masculine to this point. That gives me chills. Something she said. Page of Swords. The Divine Masculine could be reading over messages, journal entries, maybe watching on social media. What has the Divine Feminine done here? Wow. The Empress and the Emperor. Justice. Okay. The Divine Feminine is leading this connection and bringing balance and harmony into it. And what does Justice do? She cuts people off. She cuts out whatever isn't working for her. She knows what her truth is, and she's going to live by that truth. And Libra energy, too. We're in Libra season now. The Divine Feminine's bringing herself justice by protecting herself and putting all of her energy into whatever it is that she's in the process of creating. I really feel like the Divine Masculine is feeling the absence of the Feminine because she is so guarded and protected right now. Give me one more on this Empress and Emperor, please. If the Lovers come out, I'm just going to die. I won't even be able to handle it. 6 of Swords. 7 of Swords. He doesn't know where to find her. It's like she's missing and she needs to be found. Yeah, it's like absence makes the heart grow fonder. He feels that the energy's been cut off. Okay, so what happens in the future between these two? I'll put these back in. Actually, let's pull all of these up. What happens in the future between these two? I wonder, like, Leo, full moon, and Aquarius season, if that's going to be important. There's something about this Leo energy. What's happening in the near future between these two? What is happening in the near future between these two? Three cards. 8 of Swords. Sorry about it. The Emperor. He can't get through. I feel like the masculine's trying to get through to the feminine, but he's been blocked, cut off. Ooh, yeah, 10 of Swords. The Devil. I think right now the feminine is seeing the masculine as a danger or a threat. What can the masculine do? I feel like he's changing but doesn't know how to get through. Smelling vanilla. 2 of Swords. I don't think there's much he can do. The Hermit. He still has more to learn. Yeah, I feel like the Divine Masculine's gonna have to wait. Why does he have to wait? This is not the right time. 5 of Wands. Oh, Page of Cups. Oh no. So he might be too late. There's like this feeling of despair. I feel like the feminine might have a lot of suitors or is just combative towards the masculine, but there could be a lot of competition here. And I kind of think that the Divine Masculine doesn't know how to contact the feminine at this time. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some planning here. 5 of Pentacles. The Star. And the 6 of Cups. So I feel like the Divine Masculine still has a period of despair to experience. It's like it's being put on hold. Okay, it's just, I don't know why exactly it's being put on hold. Yeah, 5 of Cups, despair. But I feel like the Divine Feminine is not receptive right now. 555, you might be seeing that. I think the Divine Feminine will keep the Divine Masculine out in the cold until she decides that she can trust him. I feel like if he comes forward right now, he'll be sent away. There does seem to be a reconciliation in the future, but not the near future. Yeah, very protective energy from the feminine. Let's get some hidden truths here. What does the feminine want to say to the masculine, Spirit? What does the feminine want to say to the masculine? You and I were too young. I was hearing F you when I was shuffling, so... you and I were too young. Somebody's got an F you. Somebody's bitter. What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? I want you. And what do they want to say to each other? What's the mutual feeling? I knew it. I regret lying to you. I don't know why I was getting that card. I regret lying to you. So there could have been lying or just omission of truth on both sides. I wonder if you were happy without me. Yeah, I feel like it was more of a not speaking one's truth than a lie. For some, it could be lies. But I think for some, it's not speaking one's truth. What was I going to do? Okay, so give me 3 more cards on this, and we're going to pull an oracle. The Chariot. I'm hearing, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you. I don't know what that's from. The Chariot, the 8 of Wands. So the divine the divine masculine, I believe, is going to try anyhow. The Star. Regardless of whatever goes on between these two, they're both on a new path. They're on the path that this experience was a catalyst for them to be put on. So we're on the right path now. Show me more of this path. 717 you might be seeing, or 8. Queen of Wands. Yeah, the catalyst. Death. What? The King of Wands. So there is like, this is a match for sure. Both are taking action because they have experienced this catalytic connection. Okay, so both are taking action in new ways and learning how to like channel energy here for the best and highest good. I'm getting 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, we have something to work on here. Could be a divine mission, but both are on the path now that they're supposed to be on. That's what's important to know. Let's get some starseed oracles, or whatever these are. It's 2 decks. One is starseed, the other one's something else. I can't remember. Something with Mars. There could be something about the connection between the Mars and your charts. Maybe Mars and Sun in synastry, like Mars conjunct Sun, Mars opposing Sun. Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. Okay. Pleiades, Double Mission, Channeling and Uplifting Humanity. So some of you may resonate with the Pleiades. I believe the Pleiades are in the Taurus constellation. So if you have Taurus in your chart, maybe a node or a vertex or something. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. You're not alone. And this feels like the two of you mirroring each other, like across the barrier. I don't know where that came from, but it's like you're mirroring each other across a barrier or across a veil. There's lightning between their hands, so there's like this energetic connection. You are not alone. I feel like you are still wrapped up together in spirit or something like that. Isolation, physical connection, community. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Child of the cosmos is on the bottom. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. What about an angel number, spirit? One, 331, good fortune, advice, comfort, major change, individuality, independence. Yeah, both have something to do independently, like an independent mission maybe. That doesn't mean they can't be brought back together later on. Have faith in your skills and talents, as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. All right. I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.